there, Sharon here, and I am going to be making bread and butter pickles today. And so this first step to make this recipe is you'll need to slice both your cucumbers and your onions and add your canning salt, mix it all together in a bowl, and then let it rest for, I'll put some ice on it so it stays nice and cold. I usually just stick it in my fridge too. And then let it sit for 1 or 2 hours. And what that does is it just helps all that moisture come out of the pickles and the onions, or they're not pickles yet, out of the cucumbers and the onions, and gets it ready to add the seasonings and put it in the jar. So I just thought I would talk a little bit about what I did to prep. I already have everything mixed up together. This recipe goes by weight, so you don't measure out like a certain number of cups of either your pickles, your cucumbers, or your onions. So you need to weigh it. And so I just have this old postal scale that I use whenever I'm going to weigh any of my ingredients. If you have a digital scale you want to use, whatever you want to use, you can, you just need to be able to weigh it. And then I am a baby when it comes to slicing food. I know, it's like, I should just get over it, but I hate slicing onions. I have this Pampered Chef crinkle cutter, and they make these in all different brands, but it makes really cute, nice ridges for your cucumbers. And so sometimes I will use that. Today I did not. Today I just decided to go the fast and easy route, and I used my food processor. And this is actually an attachment that goes on my Bosch mixer, and so I will put a link to that in the comments so you can go look at it if you want. But whatever food processor you have works. This is the one that I use, and I just used the straight blade slicing attachment, and I used it for both my cucumbers and my onions. And what you end up with is really nice thin slices of cucumber. When you use the crinkle one, of course, they're going to have little ridges, which is really cute and fun. And then of course your onions are just nice sliced onions. You slice all those up. You're going to put it in a big bowl. This one is probably a little bit bigger than needed. Just kind of stir it all up together, and then you're going to put your canning salt on top of that. I didn't add any ice to this yet. I'm going to put some ice over the top, and then I'm going to let that rest for, like I said, 1 to 2 hours. In the meantime, I will get the rest of my canning supplies out. I don't know if you can hear it, but I have green beans processing over here on the stove. And so by the time this stuff is ready to go in jars and in the canner, those will be done and out of the way. And so this is kind of how we just cycle through all the different recipes. Takes a little bit of coordination and organization. I allowed my cucumbers and onions to soak for, it's been about an hour and a half. So I wanted to show you what it looks like. Now, you can see, I don't know, can you see? It's very watery in there, and that's normal. That's what you want to happen. I talked about adding the ice, and I don't really measure, I don't have a measurement of ice that needs to go in there. I just take 2 big handfuls and just put it on top of it. And then I did mention putting it in the fridge, but like for instance today, I went to put it in my fridge and there's no room, and so it's fine. You don't have to put it in the fridge. I just left it on the counter. The ice keeps everything nice and cold. So the next thing that you need to do is to drain that juice off. So what I do, my sink is over here. This is the big, this is actually a part of my juicer, and I'll leave a link to that below, but it's a really nice strainer that comes on that juicer, and so that's what I'm using today. I use this a lot for other projects, even outside of the juicing, so that's just something to keep in mind. If you need a juicer, it works well too. So I'm going to go ahead and dump this. You can't really see on the camera. I'm just dump that out there. And then let me turn the camera around, and then I'll show you. I'm just going to rinse the cucumbers off. Okay, so there's my cucumbers, and they're in my strainer. It's nice because it sets on the edges here, and so it's up off the bottom. And then I'm just going to go ahead and rinse those real good. My spoon to kind of stir it up and get everything rinsed off for a while. Oops. Okay, so as that's draining in my sink here, I just wanted to show you, I got all of my canning supplies out. I have my water bath canner here, and my jars are in there, turned upside down on the rack, getting warmed. The heat is on. It's not quite boiling yet, but it is getting hot. I have a pan here where all my cucumbers and all my ingredients are gonna go. Then I have my lids, my screw band, a funnel, all of that stuff that I will need. And a paper towel. I always forget my paper towels, but I have a paper towel today. I'm so proud of myself. So let's go ahead and kind of press down on these a little bit. I just kind of squish them a little, and that makes some of the water come out of them better. And they're already smelling oniony and good. I'm going to dump them into this pot. Okay, so you'll notice I have a slotted spoon. This is something that's really pretty handy when it comes to filling the jars. I like to fill my jars with the ingredients. I kind of want to make it even so that I don't get like all broth, or not broth, all brine in a jar and not many pickles, and then the next jar has lots of pickles and no brine. Just kind of evens things up. So the ingredients that go in this are vinegar, and I like to use an apple cider vinegar. I've already got things measured out here because I have learned in doing these videos that if I try to measure and talk at the same time, I mess up. So I've already measured it. This is apple cider vinegar. You can just use white vinegar if you'd like. We like the apple cider, and so that's what I'm going to use. And then this is a sugar. This is a sweet pickle, and so you do need to add sugar to it. Put that in there too. And then the spices, and there's different things. I have all the spices in the ingredients down below in the printable, but there's mustard seed, there's turmeric, there's, gosh, I can't remember. There was 4 or 5 different things, but I measured all of those out previously as well. And then we're going to bring that up to a simmer. Everything's going to get nice and juicy, and then we'll go ahead and start filling jars. Okay, so my mixture came to a simmer, and when it comes to a boil, you'll notice that those cucumbers get real soft and everything gets more juicy. At first, it might not seem like you have enough vinegar, but you do. It should be plenty to fill your jars and have enough brine for all of them. So I am actually making a half batch today. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. I'm expecting 3-4 jars out of this. A full batch makes about 7 jars. So I have my jars in here. They're warming up. So let me go ahead and grab one, and we'll start filling up the jars. So I'm going to go ahead and use my slotted spoon. You'll notice I have a towel out here today, and I don't always have a towel on my counter when I'm filling jars, but this recipe has something in it. I think it's the turmeric. I'm not positive, but one of the spices, if you spill it on your counter, it stains it. At least it does mine. Mine is just a simple kitchen counter. You know, if you have granite or something like that, I'm not sure if it would stain it or not. But to avoid that yellow splotch that I have to live with for a few weeks until it wears off, I'm going to put a towel out. If you do spill it on your counters and it stains, don't worry about it. It does kind of wear off after a bit, but it doesn't just wash off. It has to kind of wear off. So put a towel out and save yourself a little bit of mind stress. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling up these jars. Everything's all yellow. Last little bit, I use my regular scoop, and I'm still scooping cucumber and brine into there, but I just want to make sure I don't end up using up all the brine in that first jar. So you want to leave about a 1/4 inch headspace on these. Once you've filled your jar, use a bubble tool. My bubble tool is missing, I can't find it, and so I'm just using an orange peeler. That works great too. If you have a plastic knife, that works. But you do want to make sure with this recipe and get all the bubbles out, and so I just kind of move things around. Check my headspace there. I think I can fit a little bit more. So I'm going to throw another pickle in there, some onions, and bring that up to about a 1/4 inch. There. Now you want to be sure and wipe that rim off because it does get kind of sticky. So I'm just going to dip a paper towel in some water, wipe the rim, put a lid on there, and a ring, and then that jar is ready to go in the canner. Okay, and here's a little close-up of me filling the jar in case that is helpful. So I start off with my slotted spoon. Fill this up. About 2/3 of the way. And then I go ahead and I use my scoop because I want to get the brine in there as well. Getting down to the end of my jar here. And these last couple of scoops, it's both pickles and onions. Let me make sure I get all of my solid stuff in my jar. You just don't want to pack it down in there. So maybe go around the edges. And I need a little more brine in there to top it off. Wipe my rim off. And put a lid on. And a screw band. And then it's ready for the canner. So I'm just going to repeat that process with all these jars, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about how to process. So I got all my jars in the canner and everything, all the jars are underwater. It's going to now come to a boil. I turned my heat up, it's going to boil, and then after it comes to a boil is when I'm going to go ahead and start my processing time. Let me check my book here. So I am at just above 6,000 feet, so I'm going to process this for 20 minutes. The instructions, there's a printable down there. Be sure and check that for your altitude and your elevation so that you're processing for the right time. And then we follow the usual water bath canning method. You just let it process for the full time, then you turn your heat off and you let the canner rest for 5 minutes. Then you might take the lid off, bring the jars up out of the water, let it rest for another 5 minutes. If there's juice squirting out of those jars, which sometimes happens, then let it rest for another 5 minutes after that. Then everything should kind of be settled down and you can take the jars out of the canner, put them on a counter, either a wood counter, or make sure you have a towel down underneath your jars so that they don't sit on a cold counter and break a jar. And then you're gonna let them cool completely to room temperature. Usually I let them sit overnight, about 12 hours. Check your seals. If everything is good, then you wash your jars, label them, and they're ready for storage on the shelf. If something doesn't seal, just go ahead and put it in the refrigerator and use it up soon like you would any other jar of pickle. Now, if something doesn't seal, you could, if you wanted to, rejar it. You'd have to heat it, you'd have to heat it up again, rejar it, and reprocess it. But with pickles, they're going to be pretty smushy, so I don't recommend doing that. I recommend just stick them in the fridge and just plan on having some pickles for lunch.